Okay, we'll cut this out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our latest episode of Sundays with Prof. Steven.
Hello.
I know a lot of you are joining us soon and you're kind of worried about what PMC is all about and what to expect. So we thought we'd do a little pre-orientation for you.
Yeah. Fantastic. And for those of you who've been around for a while, you'll see some changes in the place. For those of you coming, it'll all be new. And we hope that you adjust quickly. We've got the orientation program. We've changed that from previous years. So the seniors had a slightly different experience. We're trying to improve all the time. So hopefully you'll settle in really quickly.
Yeah, so we had a few things on the agenda. We actually had a few questions from you guys about what does PMC look like. So you can see we have a new library, a new student center, and then I'll just insert some clips from around the college so you can see this is where you eat, and yeah, this is where all your classes are going to be. This is the lecture theater, which you'll see on the first day at 8 a.m. See you all there. And we also have a very exciting new place for you guys to stay.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we've been doing, I say, as well as enhancing some of the spaces, one of the final piece was to put in some new student accommodation. So some of you will have chosen to stay there, but if you haven't found a place yet, come and talk to Janice, come and talk to somebody fairly quickly because the places are going, but we've still got some spare bedrooms available if you haven't got a place to stay yet. It's going to be based about 7 kilometres away. Mm-hmm. It's about 10 minutes if there's no traffic, 15 minutes in normal traffic. This is Malaysia,
traffic.
so it could be half an hour in bad traffic or more, depending on when you try to get in and out. But we'll be also providing transport to the accommodation.
Oh wow, so would that bus be running like
So it'll run a few times a day. We'll be running a couple of bus services in the morning, one to bring students towards the hospital space around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and then another bus coming up at 9 o'clock for lectures. And then going back, there'll be 2 returns throughout the day as well.
And we could fiddle about with those.
If we need to be a bit earlier or need to be a bit later,
exactly.
We can do that.
All right, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how does it exactly work? So they would come talk to Janice. Is there like a lease
Yeah,
system?
so we'll be renting out on essentially a year-long lease. It's actually a 50-week lease.
Okay.
There'll be different types of rooms, different rates, all very competitively priced.
And will we pay separately for like internet and electricity?
So included in the bills will be electricity for the house, but excluding aircon. Okay. So in your room you'll have an aircon and a prepaid meter. So you just go out and buy a card and slot the card in, and then you've got electricity for your aircon.
That's fair.
So you if you leave your aircon all day, you pay for that. Not the rest of your housemates.
That's fair.
And like internet and water, the other utilities, those are all paid for. And we're just trying to make it really easy. Payment will be through PMC, and but there'll be an on-site management company there. So any problems, you can just knock on a door around the corner.
That sounds actually really convenient.
There's catering nearby, and well, I think you live near somewhere nearby.
Yeah, I do. I'm moving out, guys. We're going to be welcoming you guys, but we're also welcoming a whole group of very fantastic people.
Yeah, fantastic's an interesting way of describing them. One of the things that we have to do often here, and just in education, but certainly in foreign education in Malaysia, is we have to go through a lot of accreditations. We're accredited locally. And because we're delivering an Irish degree, we're accredited by Irish institutions as well. So the Irish Medical Council accredit our degree.
Okay.
For you guys, that's really important because if you want to work overseas, that's really what helps you. It's recognised in Europe, it's recognised in the UK, and so that's probably why you wanted to have an Irish degree, to give you some of that additional flexibility. They're very interested in what your experience is, what your learning experience, what your living experience, how we support you, things we could be doing better. Do you have a way of talking to us? Do you have a way of communicating backwards and forwards like this, both on the academic side of things and the non-academic side of things?
Yeah, so talking about communication, just in the comment section below, type in any questions you have because I'll be meeting with Prof soon and you guys will be meeting him very soon as well during your orientation. I can always bug him with these questions, so I just want you to know that it's a very open way of communication. And you're going to also meet the entire team of PMCSA And yeah, you can come to any of us with like any queries. Like Jonathan, our academic officer. Sorry, Jonathan, if you're watching this, but please go bug him if you have any clashes with your schedules or anything like that. Minor things you can sort out with the departments, but big things your class agrees on, sort it out with your class, and then bring it to Jonathan, and then we can try to get it sorted for you.
So one of the things that you did flag recently was one question you did ask me was whether we'd be looking at the structure of the course and holidays. That is something that we're now progressing fairly rapidly, and within this calendar year we will be undertaking a review of the structure of the course, and if we can introduce some gaps and some breaks, and just try and listen to the comments you've been making, if we can do that before the upcoming summer, or certainly by to the start of 2019, we will aim to do that.
It was kind of the medical council putting new rules and regulations on how many weeks you need per rotation and things like that. So within PMC, the admin is trying to get that sorted for you guys.
What that should yield is a much better alignment for things like electives as well, for being able to kind of fall in line with the common time when other people are doing electives, so we can have two-way swaps. It'll also mean we're looking to see whether we can do more around research and introduce some more research opportunities. And again, for those of you who are coming from UCD, you might have done the SSRA scheme. That we could link in with that.
And we'll keep you updated.
One point that, again, just on holidays, this year has been a bit of a strange year, and it's something that I'm not comfortable with, and we're going to try and make sure it doesn't happen again, is that the Chinese New Year break this year will be different for class of 2019 than it will for class of 2020.
So don't pre-book your flights a year in advance according to our dates. As an international student, when we first got here, we had some trouble communicating with the patients and the nurses and general staff in the hospital. I've gotten a few questions as well. We have 2 translators in General Hospital in Penang Island, and then 1 translator in Seberang Jaya, which is the mainland hospital.
I mean, with all these things, it's finding people who are willing to do it, people who are good at doing it, and then people who can do it. And the can bit is restricted to people who have access to hospitals and patients, so that tends to be retired nurses and that sort of type person. So our plan is to up the number of translators available, and we've already got some people lined up, and we'll make that happen. So hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. I think the important message is we want this to work. We want the communication between the management at PMC, the academics at PMC, and the students. It's important. We're all part of the same community. We want this place to grow and develop. Let's do that in partnership.
Okay.
Great.
That's all we have for you. If you have any questions, again, comment section below. Please hit subscribe. No, I'm joking. I'm thinking about a career in YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just drop out.
Yeah, you make more money.
Will I? Oh wow, that's disheartening. 5 years of medical
Actually,
school.
it's all right. You stay at medicine. I'll go become a
Stop! No, you need me. I'm why people watch this. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
I was happy to.
And you'll be seeing them all very soon.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Okay. Bye.